Alright, YouTube, Activiz Alex back with a brand new video. So, I want to talk about why, if you want to be fit, you need to stop drinking alcohol. And in all honesty, I would say you should probably stop this altogether in general. I do want to talk about my experience because I was never like a huge drinker. I would sometimes like have a beer here and there, maybe some Hennessy here and there. But I do know one thing. There was one thing that was consistent across the board, no matter what alcohol I drank. I didn't like the way it made me feel the next day. Regardless of how much I consumed, I noticed I usually felt groggy with a bunch of mind fog. I moved a lot slower the next day. I just had a much foggier like train of thought the next day. Anytime I drank any kind of alcohol. So I always kind of knew alcohol wasn't for me. Plus, there were people in my life, like during my younger years, like my teenage years and my like childhood years, that I saw like super drunk, and I saw them do a lot of really stupid shit. Like, for example, I'm gonna tell y'all something about somebody actually. My mom's ex-husband. This guy used to just fucking chug beers on top of beers until he got so drunk that like he would just be a shit talker. And he'd say shit that would contradict. He would contradict himself in his sentences without even realizing it. Like, he would go on these little drunken rants and contradict himself. Like, yo, it's so funny thinking about that shit now. Like, yo, like this nigga thought he sounded so smart. This nigga legit thought he sounded so smart, but he would like contradict himself in a lot of his own sentences without realizing it. He would go on these drunken ass rants and contradict himself, pissing everyone off. And I remember there was one time me and my brother, one of my brothers threw a party for his 18th birthday. It was in an old house that we used to live at. And bro, this one guy there was drinking like 70 proof, like 80 proof whiskey and chugging it, like literally drinking it straight out the bottle. He wasn't pouring it in a cup. He was being a jackass to begin with. Like, he was like, "Oh, bro, this is 80 proof. This is 80 proof right here. This is some 80 proof whiskey." And it was like some cheap ass fucking like liquor store whiskey, like 80 proof. Still strong, but he's like drinking it straight out the bottle like it's supposed to make him some kind of badass. And then this dude gets so drunk that he's picking a fight. He's picking fights with people at the party. Literally about to get jumped by everyone at the party. And pulls a knife out. The dude ends up getting punched. Pretty much gets slept. And we had a whole bonfire going. This nigga, after he gets slept, he gets back up, throws up, then passes out. And mind you, he brought this alcohol with him himself. No one at the party gave it to him. He brought it himself. This dude's bald. He's like balding for some reason at 17. Like, kind of has like a Dr. Phil hairline, if you feel what I'm saying. And like the top of this nigga's head is in the bonfire. Now, I'm telling those stories because, for one, how alcohol personally made me feel like groggy the next day, even if I didn't get like sloppy drunk, like it made me feel groggy the next day. And I had a lot of brain fog. I couldn't really think clearly, and I moved a lot slower, and I just didn't like the way it made me feel. I told the story about how my mom's ex-husband would go on these drunken rants where he would say stupid shit that would contradict itself, and now that guy is a story for another day, that in another video. But the drunken rants that this guy would go on, where he would contradict himself in these drunken rants without realizing it, guy at the party, those two serve as examples as to how alcohol can really make someone do some stupid shit. You hear the quote where it's like, drunk words or sober thoughts, and I personally believe that's true. I believe that to be very true. While, like, my mom's ex-husband, his words would contradict himself in these drunken rants. Those drunken rants revealed what he was truly thinking whenever he was sober. If you're someone who drinks a lot, like, imagine that. Imagine yourself like being so drunk, you make a fool of yourself, and you're pissing a lot of people off. Like, you have like an entire party, an entire house party of people just ready to jump you because you're being a jackass. Like, you're just being a drunken jackass. And you have like an entire party of people ready to jump you. Like, see, because these are real consequences of like overindulging in this shit. That's not necessarily to say that alcohol makes someone a bad person, but it definitely brings that shadow to light. Now, the science behind alcohol is, of course, it's known to cause liver damage, brain damage as well. But let's talk about if you want to get fit. Like, you watching this video, you want to build muscle and you want to get fit. But you still go to the bar with your boys and you have some brewskis, some beers, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Or you go and you get a bottle of Douce or Hennessy. I'm telling you right now, you are not going to see the results you want to see in the gym as long as you're still doing that. Like, if you really want to get fit, you literally have to cut alcohol completely out of your life. Anyone that's telling you that, oh, you can still drink, bro, you can still have a couple beers, and dude, it's fucking cope. It's fucking cope. There's a whole scientific study on how drinking alcohol literally inhibits muscle growth. So if you're trying to build muscle and you're drinking alcohol, you're literally like hindering your gym progress. It literally inhibits muscle growth. So anyone telling you that you can still get rid while drinking alcohol, 100% fucking coping, dude. 100% coping. The best thing you can do if you want to get fit is to cut alcohol completely out of your life. Become disgusted with it. That's the best thing you can do. Even if you're trying to lose weight, because the way alcohol sits in your body and just stores there, because it has no nutritional value to begin with. Like, alcohol literally has no nutritional value to begin with. It's empty calories. So all you're going to be doing is just adding empty calories into like your bulk. So if you're on a lean bulk and you're still drinking alcohol, all you're doing is literally just adding empty calories to your bulk, to your meals for the day, and inhibiting your muscle growth, inhibiting your weight loss, and basically making all your work for nothing, like worth nothing. Of course, I've already given you reasons why you should just cut alcohol out of your life. But you can't just do that if you've been someone who's been consistently drinking, because, like, yeah, it could fucking kill you if you're someone who's addicted to alcohol. Now, I'm not a doctor, so if you're someone who's genuinely addicted to alcohol, I recommend you go and, like, seek some kind of professional help for that, because alcohol isn't something that you can just cold turkey. You can seriously fucking die from trying to cold turkey, like, alcohol like that. So if you're someone who's genuinely addicted to alcohol, go seek professional help, because I'm not going to tell you to cold turkey alcohol. You will put your own life in danger doing that. But if you're someone who just has a little beer here and there on the weekends with the boys, or a couple of drinks with the boys, the best thing you can honestly do, stop going out. Because as long as you're in that environment and around those people, you're going to drink. Even if you say you're not, you may think you're an exception to the rule of you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That rule's true. You may be successful in it the first couple of times, but the more you continue to go out to these events where you would normally drink, or hang out with these people you would normally drink with, the more likely you're going to do it again anyway. So the best thing you can do is to not go out anymore, or as much, if at all. Well, not if at all. If you get invited to a fucking party, like, go, but don't fucking drink there. But you definitely want to significantly cut back on how often you're going out clubbing or partying. You want to definitely significantly cut back on how often you hang around the people who you party with to begin with. And honestly, I'm going to just say this. This is how I'm going to end this point off. If the only time you hung around these people was when y'all went out and got fucked up, they aren't your friends. Those are not your friends. I'm telling you that right now. Because if that's literally the only time y'all hang out, like, y'all need to at least go to a fucking zoo together or some shit. Or, like, go on a fucking hike or get some fucking burgers or something. Like, something that's not related to alcohol and partying. Those are not your niggas, bruh. They are not your niggas. Be honest. They are not your niggas. Let's be honest. But look. Hit the thumbs up if anything I said in this video was of value to you and helped you in any way. Drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll see y'all in the next video. Hit the red button if you want to see some more content from me, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Take good care of yourselves. Have yourselves a good one. This is